have a toy idea and I wanted to bring it to your attention. I strongly feel that if you want to make a long-lasting effect on children's mathematical skill as early as 3 years old, I think you need to bring a abacus toy into the world. How an abacus work is, this is like you choose, they learn place values, and this is a visual way for them to learn math. So the reason why we can't calculate math quickly in our head is we're remembering it as numbers and not as pictures, and our brain works faster in pictures. So young children are exposed to the abacus earlier, they develop the skill to use like pictures instead of number for calculation. So they will associate 1 like this with 1 bead up, 2 bead up, 5 is this bead up here down. And so then they learn, once they learn that, they know the place value of ones, then they learn that other places have place values too, and they can start even going to the decimal. And so it teaches a lot. They learn number bond skill, like for example 5 or plus 3 is plus 5 minus 2. They associate formulas, they remember the formulas, and they manipulate those formulas quickly using an abacus. And the more they use this, they can actually have a mental image of the abacus in their mind. Eventually they will not need to use the tool, and they can calculate it in their head. And so this is a great tool, and I'm like starting to teach my children that the abacus. They're on like level 1-ish right now, but I already see that they're starting to develop some of those mental capacity to add a long list of numbers. And so I will link like the videos, reference videos below for you to get more background. I actually went to an orientation by Abacus Mental Math, and this is a US based program, and they created this wonderful video that really opened my eyes to what the abacus can do. And I also, this is actually the video that got me interested in the abacus in the first place. So please check out the reference video for more information. Now, what I feel is, while I was teaching my children, I feel that I was actually using apps, like abacus learning apps. The problem with those is I think the children need to use a real abacus to get the most out of their learning experience. And for example, the abacus app, my oldest would follow the right finger movement in order to calculate fast, but my youngest would actually do it slower. Like he would come up with his own hand movement. And for example, at 7, you're supposed to have the 5 is usually on top like this if you lay it down, and you have to use both fingers and clip it like that for a 7. -7, you have to do it out like that. However, on an app, that is hard to do, so sometimes he do it 2-step instead of 1 sweep step. And so imagine a digitized abacus that has a sensor up and down on each bead, and it has a display that can show you like the instructions of how to do it or when you're doing it wrong. For example, if the math call for add 7 and they don't touch the 2 bead in the right sensor position, then the app can correct them until they do the correct movement. So that is one, the correct movement is one thing. The ability to have the question on the abacus and have a practice level by level and upgrade them when they pass certain level, that's the second thing. The third thing is to, if there's a display, then they can actually do ansan, which is mental mathematics, which is flash mathematics. So like the picture, the number can pop up like 5 plus 3 plus 2, and then it just pops, and then they have to calculate it mentally in their mind. That's the third thing. With a display, with a digitized abacus, another thing that they can learn is listening ansan, which is the numbers spoken to them, and then they calculate it with their abacus and enter in the number. Or they can just listen and do mental mathematics depending on their level and their skill, and entering the number, and it teaches them, it levels them up. So this can become a tool to learn abacus, as well as a toy that you can start giving to children as young as 3 years old. Imagine the display right here is the where the number, the instruction, the flash on, everything. This is the learning screen, and here is the place where they enter in the number, the answer, and this is where they do their calculation. But the first step in learning this is learning how to read the abacus and associating how to translate this code into number, and then translating these number, calculating it, and doing this. So this is what I imagine the toy kind of will look like. Of course, you can make it more kid-friendly and prettier, but those are the main components that I imagine this tool will have. And I think if you create a toy like this, I would be the first one to buy it. And I don't have the resource to do that, but I would like to pitch this idea to get a toy like that created, because I think it will positively affect a lot of children's lives and make math their strength. Especially calculation skill is the foundation, and I've seen like way back in high school, I've seen ninth graders struggles with addition and multiplication, and that shouldn't be. If they learn this, then their foundation in math is strong. It gives them the confidence, then they can do other type of math, and that's the positive effect that I think this will bring. Then I will make this video public so that anyone who wants to create this product can run with it. I'm right now working remotely from home, but the time that is taken by work is huge, and so I feel like my children get the leftover part of me when I try to teach them or help them with their homework. And I would like more time to teach them these kind of skills that are not being taught in schools. So yeah, any help would, like, just a certain percentage of the sale, that would be awesome. Thank you.